will be, families that are going to suffer. But it is one of the few leveraged times we have.
Without a resolution to this shutdown, SNAP benefits could come to a halt on November 1st.
To reopen the government, and we lose our leverage.
Roughly 42 million people are at risk of losing critical food assistance.
Frankly, this is our only moment of leverage.
Families are headed into a bleak holiday season, possibly with no government food assistance because of the federal shutdown.
More leverage.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said this week, quote, every day gets better for Democrats the longer the shutdown goes on. How is every day getting better, as Chuck Schumer said?
I don't think this is better for anybody.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. So according to Democrats, the shutdown is good. It's good for Democrats. Every day it goes on, it's better and better for Democrats. So they're basically saying they're Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So, again, is anybody really going to die from any of this? Do you think people going without food stamps or EBT for a couple of days is going to be the end all be all? Absolutely not. Most of these people could absolutely afford to go without food for a couple of days. Believe me, as someone who's been in the military, I've gone without food for a couple of days. Not going to kill you. You can go 2 weeks without food. You just can't go more than 3 days without water. So,
very true.
You'll live. People will live. Is it going to be fun? No, but I mean, something wrong with our Constitution where, the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Like I said, that pursuit of happiness, we put too much emphasis on that. Yeah. Happiness isn't guaranteed. That's why it's called the pursuit of happiness, not happiness itself. And again, you find happiness along the way.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the biggest problem is what we talk about all the time is most of the people on food stamps look like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Trump took my food stamps.
Yeah. It's and the other problem, that's the other problem is too, is food stamps allows you to basically buy almost anything you want now. What would we find out that the biggest thing that people buy with their EBT cards is soda. So you wonder why people are a bunch of fatties and all unhealthy. It's because the government allowed EBT to purchase sugary goodness. Yeah, sugary goodness instead of healthy foods. Again, you are on welfare. You're not getting what you want.
You're getting what you need. Again, this is why they used to people used to say you lived on a steady diet of bread and government cheese, you know.
Exactly.
But now it's hey, no. You get to have whatever everybody else has. If you want soda, ice cream, you get whatever you want because the big corporations lobbied the government in order to allow EBT to get those people to get those things.
And this is where we are 100% in agreement with Democrats is that if you're going to lobby, the corporations should not be lobbying the government to get a more slice of the cheese or whatever you want to call it, because this is absolutely ridiculous that the sugar industry was literally put us on the EBT system so that way we can dupe these poor people into buying more of our sugary goodness.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, get water out of the tap. I know there's fluoride in the tap, but crap, it can't be worse for you than
sugar,
high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah,
it's absolutely nuts. I mean, sugar is a treat. It's not part of the diet. It's not part of your everyday. You should not. If you're drinking a soda every day, you're in trouble. You don't need to be drinking a soda every day. So we just live in this me society. Now I get it. It's as far as food goes, I actually understand preservatives. It's because if people are buying stuff with EBT, I guess it's better for them to buy stuff that's pumped with preservatives, so it has a longer shelf life.
Yes,
instead of it being
that's the only argument for it is longer shelf life. But that's the thing, people on EBT are usually eating that stuff.
Yeah, I don't see very many skinny people on EBT.
Exactly.
Again, I see a bunch of fatties.
Yeah. But look here, this is what brings to that next one. We showed that Jabba the Hutt one. You sent me this, and I think this one's absolutely perfectly sums up Americans getting no EBT during the government shutdown.
You
took my only food. Now I'm gonna starve. Took my only food.
Oh, I love Patrick, man. Dude, SpongeBob is the most memeable show now, man. It's absolutely wild. But yeah, it's the best. I mean, that's so accurate to our society right now. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Which now that'll bring me to we can actually do that one. If you want me to do this one first.
No, you go ahead and do again, we just showed the illegal immigrant one. Show that one.
The illegal immigrant. Oh, this one here. Yeah, absolutely.
So again, before Chad plays this, as it turns out, Americans, we pay taxes to support other Americans. We don't pay taxes to support non-citizens. So check this out.
I'll go ahead and read the little caption here first. 59% of all illegal aliens are collecting food stamps, meaning that most of the people getting food stamps from the U.S. government and the U.S. taxpayer are not even Americans. We can confirm tonight that millions of illegals are now collecting food stamps.
Getting food stamps from the U.S. government and the U.S. taxpayer are not even Americans. Think about that. And we didn't know about any of this before the government shutdown started, but thanks to Democrats, we can confirm tonight that millions of Joe Biden illegal aliens, people who crossed the border when Joe was president, are now collecting food stamps from a program funded by hardworking American taxpayer. There are 42 million.
Again, guys, taxes are for the taxpayer, not for the non-taxpayers. And again, that's why illegal immigrants should not be if you come to this country illegally or even legally and you're on the welfare program for more than a year, we should deport you automatically. Mm-hmm. It's sorry, we can't afford to have bums leeching off the system for that long.
Yeah. And
sorry.
Again, they do not pay taxes. They pay taxes on the food and items that they buy, the sales tax. That is the taxes that they pay. That is the taxes that Democrats are like, oh, they do pay taxes. It's like, yes, but they're not.
And by that logic, so do 12-year-old kids go into the gas station and buy a Snickers bar.
Exactly, but that's my point. Is they're not. If they are receiving money under the table, which that's how most illegal immigrants are paid, because if illegal immigrants are paid legally, that means that they're on the books.
Yeah.
The whole point of a business bringing in an illegal immigrant is they don't want them on the books, so that way they don't have to pay taxes on them.
Yep.
That is the point. So that's why you see them doing these blue-collar manual jobs where, some handyman just drives off to Home Depot and picks up a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, and then hands them $20 for the day. There you go, man. Thanks for working.
Exactly. So, like I said, they are paying sales tax. They are not paying
and again,
taxes.
Even big picture, too. Like those H-1B visas or whatever. It's whatever corporation gets those people in to get those jobs, they get a huge tax incentive to do it, and they get huge government subsidies to do that, and then they pay them less because they're willing to work longer and harder.
Yeah, exactly. But we showed this one yesterday. This basically sums up what we just saw in the other one again. It's look, any welfare, cash assistance, food assistance, Medicaid, and housing. Now, again, housing is about a level playing field for everybody. But again, you have to remember, American citizens make up what? Almost 90 to 80%, at least somewhere between 90 to 80% of this population in this, which means that illegal immigrants are way more overrepresented in this housing thing, too. Yeah. So then you have to also remember this, is they get more from Medicaid. And remember, the blue, illegal immigrant households, the orange, illegal immigrant-headed households, and then the yellow one is U.S.-born. So again, remember this. They're receiving... And some of these way
just
more.
Just double it.
Exactly.
So stack the blue and the red on top of each other. That's how they should look.
Absolutely ridiculous number. But this is the point, is so by every metric, remember, regular American citizens make up a higher percentage of the population. Let's say 90 to 95%, which means that the illegal immigrants are overrepresented in this figure.
Yes, absolutely. People just don't get it. We cannot support people who aren't paying taxes. We can't do it. Cannot do it. We are going to bankrupt our country, and that's what the left wants. They want to bankrupt this country so they can just start their new global world order. They want you to own nothing and be happy. They want a permanent class of renters. And again, my mom sent me this next one I want to show, and I think it's a perfect summary of why we should not have SNAP benefits, why we should not have welfare. If you can apply it to nature, you can apply it to economics.
Well, this is the thing. It's liberals are always about, we're one with nature. We are nature as human beings. So that means that this is a thing.
Yep.
So listen to this. This is great. Yeah, check this out.
Agriculture. They proudly report that they distribute free meals and food stamps to 46 million people on an annual basis. Meanwhile, the National Park Service, ran by the U.S. Department of Interior, asked us to please do not feed the animals when we visit the parks. Their stated reason for this policy is being that the animals will grow accustomed and dependent on the handouts, and they will never learn to take care of themselves. The food stamps program.
Boom. Boom. But then I know what the liberals, but animals aren't people. It's the same principle. Like, again, welfare programs weren't meant for people to live off of. They were meant for you to live on for maybe a month or two in order to find a job and get back on your feet and start going again. Yeah. It was not meant to be a permanent. It's a temporary solution that turned into a permanent problem.
I wish I had it pulled up still, but it's that perfect representation of that Andrew Tate monologue about the monkeys that get doused with cold water. It's like and then they eventually said all the monkeys know not to go for the banana that they have at the top of the ladder because they all would get doused with cold water.
And then they took all the monkeys that got splashed with water, and only the monkeys that hadn't ever been splashed with water but got that muscle memory going. Exactly. They attacked it again. But what's even more interesting too about it is with this. Oh man, I totally just lost my train of thought again because you went down that monkey.
So like just talking about like the nature with learned helplessness basically. But I mean, if that helps you refresh your memory here, but again, it's like that's what we're talking about. It's like it's privilege. What we talk about, like it's a privilege that's being taken away from you. A privilege. What do you say? You say it better than I do. Like if something that you always had. Is
dang it, man! You really threw me off my game. But no, it's privilege feels like oppression. A privilege can feel like oppression when that privilege is taken away from you. So again, if you're treated differently, like again, if you're given welfare and food stamps, you're given a perk and a privilege. But if that's taken away from you, people will react to that like, no, this is a necessity. So privilege feels like it's a necessity once they have it long enough, once they've been programmed long enough to be like, I have to have this in order to make it. And all of a sudden, you take that thing away, it's like, well, that wasn't a permanent thing, that was just a temporary thing. And they're like, no, this is oppression, you're hurting me. Mm-hmm. Privilege is invisible to those who have it.
That's it. That's what we were looking for. I guarantee you that's where you're trying to go.
Yes.
With that. Yeah, exactly. It's like, these people have been getting these benefits for years, and like again, the moment that it's taken away from them, they're like, "You're killing me! You're killing me!" He's like, "No."
I remember now.
What is
so, do you remember during COVID and everyone was locked in?
Yeah.
So this is actually happening in a different country, but it goes along the lines of people feeding animals.
Yeah.
So you remember in like South Asia where like they have those monkey colonies and stuff, and they had people basically would come in and feed bananas, and tourists would give bananas and food.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember what happened during COVID? So nobody people quit going there, but what happened? The monkeys started attacking humans because they weren't giving them food anymore.
Oh my!
They started raiding people's homes and stuff because they were accustomed to getting food from people. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. I mean, and I'm not trying to make the monkey comparison, but that's basically, it's a perfect case study for what happens when you take EBT away from people.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense, and too, I mean, it's the same thing with like people feeding pigeons in the park and whatever.
Yeah, learned helplessness.
They've learned that if I come here for food, I mean, you could argue it's kind of the same way with us as hunters, but we only can do it for hunting season, where we bring deer in by feeding them or baiting them or whatever, or making a food plot, a scrape, whatever.
Yep.
But that's absolutely like just a way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
So, interesting. But then I have here Scott Jennings wrecking CNN like normal because CNN has no good anchors on. Like all these people are just leftoids that just follow the narrative talking points.
Republicans control the Senate. Republicans control the White House. So any shutdown that we have is 100% on them. They fully own this.
Who's voting against the continuing resolution in the Senate right now? Which party is voting against it?
So there may be a party voting against it.
Which party? But if you want to,
if you want to get someone to come in your direction, you offer you offer an olive branch and say, here's what we can do together. There's no desire to do that on the part of the Republicans who have the majority. Well, so that's what's happening right now, Scott.
So basically, she won't say it. The Democratic Party is refusing to vote for a continuing resolution in the Senate that they voted for 13 times when Joe Biden was the president. You asked how long this is going to go on. You go on CNN.com right now and you can read an article where a Democratic advisor said, quote, "This will keep going until planes start falling out of the sky." That is the kind of political party we're dealing with.
I don't think anyone
I like
likes
how
the
they
government.
had that pulled up right there,
Yeah.
too, for that.
Genius. Again, this is the Democratic Party holding hostage. Like, I mean, Republicans are using what they have. They go, we're not going to allow you to just keep stuffing in more ridiculous things into
this bill.
These bills to basically bankrupt the American people. And everyone's like, oh, and they're using the food stuff as their primary leverage point, being like, well, the Republicans just want people to starve. It's like, no. You guys, I mean, that's just that is what the media is all hopped on together for, going, Republicans mean because they want people to starve. And it's like, we're trying to save taxpayers money. Democrats don't want that. They want as much money being spent as possible.
And Democrats are always like, we're the party of the middle class. We want to protect the disappearing middle class. The middle class is disappearing because they're having to pay more in tax dollars to stupid government programs that are going over, that are funding stuff overseas that we don't need to worry about, like what they said, like gender studies programs in Afghanistan or whatever.
And we're also spending money to basically permanently socially cripple an entire class of people to live on EBT for the rest of their life.
The only people that should be on welfare programs should be the extremely elderly that can't work anymore, that are too old to work or have put their time in. Yeah, crippled people and handicapped people. Yeah, just basically that's
mentally challenged people.
Mentally, physically, whatever. Or, like I said, like extreme cases of like where a woman who's been a housewife like her entire life and her husband like dies or something like that. That should be like the case. Okay, well, they need it for that. And we have to investigate this and make sure that they're not abusing it.
Yep.
Like, I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, quite literally, someone was literally like, yeah, if you're going to be on food. I remember watching some guy and I just kind of agreed with it, where he was just like, if you're going to agree to food stamps, he goes, I think that we should have you, if you're going to agree to be permanently on food stamps or whatever, you should be
audited.
No, not audited.
Evaluated,
castrated, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like he's just like, you should be castrated because that way you're not forwarding.
No. I would say this: you don't even have to castrate him. If you become a ward of the state, if you are a recipient of any type of welfare, EBT, SNAP, housing assistance, I think you should you forfeit your right to vote. And until you can become a productive citizen again, you don't get that right to vote back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, nope, here, I'm paying taxes again. I'm paying for my own apartment. I want to vote again. If you are any type of assistant, if you receive any type of government welfare, you forfeit your right to vote until you get back off of that government assistance.
It's not a bad idea either.
No, it's a genius idea because you don't have to castrate people. You just be like, sorry.
Well, I said if they permanently want to stay on it.
Oh.
If you're on it temporarily, don't have to. But like if you have an intention of getting off of it, but if you're just going to be like some of these videos that we're about to show here in a minute, we're just...
Dude, that'd be awesome. We would not have any more socialists and communists anymore.
Exactly.
They would all disappear overnight. Mm-hmm. Not overnight. We would breed them out within a generation.
Exactly. But here, I think this has a little bit more to go. We'll finish this up and move on to the next one.
To be shut down or dunking. Like that, just what happened here. I mean, I think most people, because it's
to tell the truth about things
Scott,
about being said in the
press.
press.
But it's reductive. You're all trying to.
You're upset that I read a quote from a Democrat back?
I'm not upset. You know how that quote was. Republicans make all kinds of nonsensical comments.
You can make apologies for it.
I'm not making an apology for it. You're doing it again. I mean, I know it works with other people, but it doesn't work with me in that case.
That's because I read the news.
No. Oh, right. I know.
The Republicans can.
I love Scott Jennings.
Yeah,
man.
he's good.
Just to get paid to like own these
the
CNN
libs.
Dude, it's so funny, dude. He has going to his job every day. It's like, I am surrounded by idiots. Just to know that you're the smartest person in the room.
Yeah,
must make him like. It probably makes him feel stupid at the same time.
I mean, I wouldn't even say. I mean, he's definitely the smartest person in the room, but he didn't have to be the smartest person. He's just the most well-read person in the room.
Mm-hmm. But we'll go to this one here. Even CNN isn't falling for Democrats' lies on Snap. Democrat shutdown.
The administration.
Okay, whoops. I'm playing this halfway through. Give me 1 second. There.
Table this weekend.
Should the Democratic,
and we're not going to stand for it.
Should the Democratic senators from New Mexico, your home state, vote to open the government so that these SNAP funds are not at risk?
Let me be clear. The administration.
You know that they're in trouble when they say those words. Let me be clear.
I know they're all. Notice that everyone uses that. That's what Obama said. No, let me be clear. Yeah. You know, like
and
that.
They do that hand motion too. It's always the same. Let me be clear.
Yeah, they're all again. Obama was their messiah. They all emulate Obama to some degree now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's always the same. Let me be clear. So stupid. It's like they have that, but that's the thing. Is like Democrats literally have like the AAR reports that they do, the after action reports. These lines work.
Yep.
Keep using these lines.
When you say "let me be clear," it gives you credibility. No matter, even if what you say next is retarded, it gives you credibility because Barack Obama used that phrase.
Yeah.
Is choosing to starve American children with money that they already have appropriated.
I'm not applauding their
choice
their
by
tactics.
the White House.
Well,
this is a choice by the White House.
And this is
They are
also,
choosing
Congresswoman,
to
this
cut
is
off
also a
food
choice
assistance.
by Senate Democrats
No,
to not
it is
vote
not.
to open the government. Yes, it is. I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it because they want Medicaid funds restored. They're doing it because they want Obamacare premiums to be extended past the end of the year. I understand the reasoning.
Sir, let me just be clear. The money for contingency plans is sitting there. That is why the states are suing. The White House is withholding funds from
2 to 3
children
weeks worth
to
of
have
SNAP funds.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it may not be a big deal to you, but let me
It is
tell
a big
you
deal
that
to
for
me.
the grandparents, for
It
grandparents
is a big deal
that
to me.
literally are feeding their children,
My point
to
is that
not
it's a
have
short-term
money
solution.
in those accounts.
It's a
doesn't
short-term.
matter.
I care about
At the end
other
of the
people.
day, people need to be
I
able
have
to
a
feed their
heart.
families, and
Okay,
Saturday
well, do you
is
have a
when
heart
those
for
funds
where
run
money
out.
so
goes?
We
The
are
fact that you
fighting
just can't keep
Congresswoman,
printing money?
get
why
that
not ask
funding.
the Senate Democrats from New Mexico to vote to open the government so that the SNAP funds...
Sir, I am here in the House of Representatives. It is shut down. I am fighting to get the government reopened. I am fighting to get funding put back into SNAP that is already existent, and I table this weekend.
So stupid.
It's so ridiculous. Again, guys, if you care about feeding kids, you should also care about where the money comes from and how it gets. I mean, again, she's basically coming under the logic that money just grows on trees. We can just cut down a tree, and then we have unlimited money. We can just keep printing. It's like, and you wonder why inflation keeps climbing. You wonder why the dollar isn't worth anything anymore.
Yeah. Yep. Well, which brings me to this next one that we've played constantly already, of this guy just talking, who is really shutting down the government? Let's check this out.
And the Senate and the executive and the Supreme Court, and you can't figure out how to fund the fucking government? Also, it's the Democrats' fault somehow?
Yes, it is. So we will educate you today like you are a 5th grader, something that your teachers should have done. So, in order to pass this bill nonsense, you need how many? You're right. You need 60 votes, okay? However, the GOP has how many? Oh yeah, that's right. 53. That means that the difference between 60 and 53, I wonder what it is. Oh yeah, you're right. It's 7. Now, where do these 7 votes come from, considering the GOP only has 53? These 7 votes come from, you guessed it, your side. They refuses to play ball. Just because we have the House and we have the Senate doesn't mean that we can do whatever the heck we want. That is called checks and balances. The United States government was formed in such way, so if somebody has complete majority, the House, the Senate, and the White House, they cannot turn into a dictator. Something that you guys are really afraid of for no...
But yeah, again, that's a perfect summary. We've watched this like 3 times now. But yeah, no, it's just ridiculous. But here they are, just, again, printing unlimited money, funding stuff that doesn't need to be funded, funding transgender surgeries in, Uganda, and LGBTQ education in Brazil. It's like, don't need any of that crap. We don't need that.
Yep. Which this lady sums up, I think, what you're talking about just right now. So we'll watch.
Your liberal friend says it's Republicans' fault the government shut down because they control the White House, the House, and the Senate. Here's what you say. Sure, Republicans have a majority in the Senate. We know there's 2 senators from each state, 100 senators in total. Republicans have a majority. There's 53 of them. However, they need 60 votes to pass this clean funding bill to fund the government. Right now, there are 55 senators who have voted yes on this clean funding bill, 3 of whom are Democrats. Republicans need 5 more Democrats
One of those is John Fetterman, by the way.
Good.
to vote yes on the clean funding bill, and then the government can be open. There have been 13 votes already. Democrats have failed to pass this bill 13 times. The Democratic leader, Chuck Schumer, literally admitted that every day of this shutdown, things get better for them. They are playing chess with your food stamps. By failing to pass this bill, 42 million Americans will lose their SNAP benefits this weekend, their food stamps. Military members are not being paid. Small businesses are going under. Holiday air travel will be disrupted because air traffic controllers are not getting paid and are not going to work. There is another vote today, and Democrats will likely vote no on it again because they want to give $200 billion to illegal immigrants. They also want to add $500 million to the bill to give to left-leaning news organizations like NPR and PBS. And they want to cut $50 billion from rural hospitals. Sure, Republicans have a majority in the Senate, but they do not have the power to fund the government without help from the Democrats. Just need 5 more votes. Your liberal friends
Just need 5 more votes.
Again, just the lies that the Democrats are willing to say openly and out in the public. It's unbelievable. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, we showed you 2 videos now. There are 53 Republicans who voted yes to open. And then there were 3 Democrats. We need 5 more to get everything up back on its feet. And they don't care. Like, I mean, all they have to do is come to the negotiating table. It's like, we're going to just throw out a couple of Medicaid things, and we're going to throw out some of this and some of that. And the Democrats are like, no, we want all that money in there. It's like, why? What does it benefit you? Why does this hurt you so bad? What's wrong with saving the taxpayers some money? What's wrong with trying to find alternative ways to fund stuff? The government doesn't have to be in charge of everything. But yeah, now we're just going to go through and watch a whole bunch of people going through and doing their EBT freakouts. And again, these are the people that we're funding. So whenever you're ready, Chad, we can just go through these and just kind of watch the
meltdowns.
Watch the meltdowns.
All right, here we go.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayers' responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them food stamps off.
If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have 2, don't go having another one. If you have 1, don't go having 2 more.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio.
It's been day 5, and I have not received no food stamps.
It restarted.
My disability check is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok, and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching a video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you. My kids have...
I'm blocking you. Again, have you ever come to think the only people that follow you might be trash? You know?
Yeah.
It's like you're promoting a degenerate, helpless, dependent lifestyle, and you wonder why nobody's attracted to that. There's a reason why people are attracted to people like Andrew Tate, because he's self-made. He's one of those macho, like hyper success, hustle guys. Nobody wants to watch you, lady, and be like, oh, I got 2,000 TikTok followers. I'm surprised you have that many. Why would people want to follow you? Like, what do you offer society?
Yeah.
I mean, other than just cheap little workarounds in order to barely scrape by.
Yeah.
Again, all these women are like, it's like, I'm going on vacation. You can do the work for me. It's like, so you can go on, one vacation a year? You can scrape enough money by to go on 1 vacation a year? Wow. Congratulations, lady.
So I'm just going through and thinking, like, most famous podcasters, there are very few exceptions that are famous just from podcasting alone, but most famous podcasters are famous from doing something else, whether that's comedy,
wrestling, comedy,
sports,
military.
exactly.
They were ultra high-speed military guys. Like, they were all the best military podcasters are all special force guys.
Yeah.
Occasionally you get the occasional blip, like Angry Cops and Popo Medic, and who's the other one? Angry Donut Operator, who was just a Navy security guy. But again, he offers something else. Like, he reviews.
I said he's a cop. Yeah, so he's a cop. They have a niche thing. Like, they review, police footage. They go, this was accurate, or this was good, or this was bad, or whatever.
Yep. They offer something.
Yeah. Whereas, like Angry Cops is a drill sergeant. He got his start from doing funny drill sergeant shorts or whatever.
The reason people follow certain people is because they envy them. Again, lady, the reason you only have 2,000 TikTok followers and none of them are willing to pay money is because you're cultivating an audience that's as useless as you are. Sorry.
Yeah, 100%. So let's check out this next one here that you sent me.
My heart. There's no EBT next month. What is this pumpkin man doing, bro?
All I know is if I don't receive my benefits this month, food stamps, I feel bad for the shop, right?
I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the off for November. Y'all better stay the out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for.
If you work at a grocery store and you know that the food stamps is not working in November and you see people stealing and you snitch, you deserve to die. Good day, bye.
You shouldn't be proud of living off of others. You should be embarrassed. I saw it in Venezuela. The welfare state didn't lift people up. It actually created a class of parasites who believed they were entitled to what others earned. America was built by creators, not takers. Go to work.
Again, yeah, you can go ahead and pause that. Yeah. So, again, that guy's right. We are creating a class of useless people. It's like what I said with that on that last video, that lady. It's like, nobody's following you because you don't offer anything to society. People want, it's like those guys. It's like, even if your thing is woodworking or whatever, it's like, I just have a Twitch channel where I just do woodwork or something. People are interested in that. It's a useful skill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if your useful skill is crapping out kids and teaching people how to get on EBT, like, that's not really a useful skill.
Yeah,
like, you're not, like, everyone's like, they all think that they're sharp. They're like, I figured out how to work the system. I can go on vacation once a year and I can use my EBT cards to pay for my foods, and I can spend whatever government assistance on it. It's like, nobody cares about that. Like, nobody wants to scrape and just barely get by. They want to. People want to succeed.
Yeah, nobody wants to be on SNAP or EBT or welfare.
And if you do, that says a lot about you as a person, and that's sad. Very sad.
100%. But here's this next one talking about the stuff that's in the bill that the Democrats keep trying to put in this continuing resolution bill.
This, my friends, is why our government is still shut down.
For climate resilience in Honduras. They want to spend $13.4 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe. They want to send $3.9 million.
This is why the middle class is disappearing.
Yep.
Because we're sending sending off our tax dollars to stupid government programs overseas.
Yep.
Just crap like that.
America first, baby.
Mm-hmm. For LGBTQI plus democracy grants in the Western Balkans. They want to spend
I'm almost 100% sure those are going to NGOs in those countries and then immediately sending that money right
they're
back
funneling
to the
it back to
Democratic Party.
politicians, yeah.
Exactly.
$9 million of your dollars for desert locust risk reduction in the Horn of Africa. And $2 million for, quote, organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa. We are not doing that.
Because we aren't paying for locust breeding in Malaysia or something like that. That's all. This might.
Yep. Again, why are we spending money on that? What a waste of time. What a waste of your tax dollars. You should be pissed that there are stuff like that in that bill. You should be pissed. That's what Democrats are holding up the spending for. We already approved this spending under Biden. Well, that's why Trump's in office now, because we're sick of that spending going there. And again, Democrats are holding the SNAP benefit people hostage because they want that funding to go to those places.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just no shame. Like the fact that we live in a society without shame now. It's okay that I live on government assistance. I know it's shameful that you do that.
Mm-hmm.
You should want to lower your head and hide in public. Again, that's why the EBT cards that Obama approved was so bad. Because now they could you put this little credit card up and be like, I'm swiping the card. It's like it used to be, again, that you get that giant book. It was a shameful act to be seen in public with that book. And people, literally, you'd get in line to start paying for your stuff, and people behind you are like, no, I got behind the stinking, welfare check person. And now, and you're just sitting there like self-conscious as hell. You're like, I never want to do this again.
Yeah. I remember having friends that were on it, and they're like, yeah, it was the most humiliating thing in the world, pulling out this huge book just to find, the right coupon or whatever.
For the right item.
Right item.
Yeah.
And it took you forever to
Act
find
of shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Then here's this next one saying that it's not only, showing that it's not only just, black people as is seen for most of these compilations. It's also white people, too.
So just because I don't want to work 20 hours a week, which is crazy. Can
20 hours a week? That's a half week.
So I don't want to work. You take all of my benefits away. The benefits that you have allowed me to use
it's 5 hours a day, man.
13 years with no warning at all. The government has enabled this behavior for 13 years to where I have not had to work a day in my life. 13 years of almost $10,000
Learned
a
helplessness.
month in government aid. And now,
Don't feed the
because
animals,
you signed
people.
some stupid bill that says I have to work if I want to get food stamps, and because I don't want
Good.
to, you take it all away, no warning. How am I supposed to feed my 6 kids? How am I supposed to support my 6 kids? How am I supposed to pay rent? How am I supposed to get my nails done?
Get a job.
How am I supposed to go drive down to the corner store when I have no money for gas?
Nails are a luxury. You
You
don't
want
need
me
your
to
nails
go get
done.
a job, but you don't want to give me gas money. This is how the
there's a
real
baby
world
crying in the
works.
background.
She has 6 kids.
At 35 years old, now you decide you want to take it away?
You're 35 years old?
Man, she looks way
So
older than that, man.
Oh, my God. Lady,
thing.
you
Poor thing.
look like you're in your 40s and 50s. Again, where's your husband?
Going to show you that clean living and a good diet will make you live longer and look younger. Good Lord.
No, jeez, holy cow, folks, that's crazy, crazy.
And this, they only got a couple more before I'll close us out on this.
Yeah.
Is if we give poor people housing and health care and food and the basic needs to survive, they won't have any incentive to work anymore if their basic needs are met.
I'm going to continue to buy my luxury bags while the government pay my rent. I'm going to continue to go on trips and do the things that me and my kids love to do while y'all struggle to pay for a grocery bill, and I'm swiping my EBT card.
Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Well.
Okay, but if the argument is...
Again, exactly what we said. The thing that my mom sent me, the video of that guy going, this is why we're not allowed to feed the animals in the national park. Now, again, I'm not saying that these people are animals, but I'm saying it's like the monkeys, too. The monkeys in South Asia.
Yeah.
They learned that people provided for them. They didn't go out and forage and look for fruits and stuff in the trees anymore. We taught them learned helplessness. These people, we've indoctrinated them into a helpless into learned helplessness. Now they don't want to work. There's no incentive for them to work. Why would I go? Again, I'm going to keep buying my luxury bags. I'm going to keep with my government-funded housing. I'm going to keep going on vacations. Like, that's your job to take care of me. Again, there's no incentive for them to do anything. The government's created a lack of incentive for them to do it.
Yep.
And it's absolutely ridiculous. And here we are, the taxpayer. We are the pay pigs, and those are the OnlyFans girls. Welfare queens just suckling at the teats of the taxpayer.
That's a good way of looking at it. It's like welfare programs and SNAP benefits are literally OnlyFans for ugly women.
Yeah, it's welfare programs are OnlyFans for ugly chicks.
Said so. Just another way of looking at it.
Yeah.
All right. Here's
granted, we're the unwilling pay pigs.
Yeah. Said whereas OnlyFans,
I didn't sign up to pay a monthly subscription. How the hell did this happen?
Exactly. Whereas like OnlyFans, at least is capitalistic, as in you have to actually choose to provide that money. Whereas welfare is the socialist or communist take of it, of you have to give.
Yeah, you must give them that.
That's funny. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Help ran out. Benefits ended. She picked up a bow.
They took food off our tables. I'm taking it back.
From Disney and Pixar.
Walmart's about to learn you don't mess with the neighborhood.
Disney and Pixar present Shaniqua Hood. When the help...
No.
These Disney ones, these Pixar ones are so good. Like, I mean, it's hilarious. These are, I mean, fantastic. I mean, the people putting this together.
Out of control, man.
It is. It is absolutely out of control. And like, I don't know. You could say Rwanda Hood or something like that. Like they didn't have to say Shaniqua Hood.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
It's good. And the memes coming out of this are fire. Again, doesn't change the situation. The fact that it's sad but ridiculous at the same time. But I mean, this is what we're looking at. And again, everyone wants the Democrats want to blame the Republicans want to blame the Democrats, but the truth is this is all on Democrats right now. All the Republicans have voted yes to reopen the government, and only 3 Democrats have voted yes. We need 3 more.
Yep, 100%. And again, we're just keep talking about it. It's learned helplessness. These people feel like these are assistant programs or benefit
it's
programs.
A right.
It's not exactly. Democrats try to go, this is a right, that they're taking this away from you.
No, it's an entitlement that you're treating like a right.
Mm-hmm.
Why, again, and it shouldn't even be an entitlement. Why are you entitled to that? You're not.
Shouldn't be.
You should not be entitled. You're not entitled to SNAP benefits. You're not entitled to welfare assistance. Why am I on the hook for your lifestyle? It's like, I'm already struggling to pay my own bills.
Yeah.
How come I have to pay yours too?
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember the big reason that Trump's kind of like trying to deploy the National Guard. Now, several states are deploying their National Guard because they're afraid there's going to be riots because of the SNAP benefits, being taken away or not being able to be given out right now.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely crazy.
But yeah, that's about all I've got for you today. Again, we just wanted to kind of go over these epic memes and go over the reasons as to why the government is actually shut down and whose fault it actually is. Whether or not anybody on the left sees this or cares, I mean, you're still going to... Again, we live in 2 different realities, and we talk past each other. With everything we've talked about this week, what do? It's 2 parties talking past each other, honing in on very different things.
Yep.
Again, Tim Pool talking to that one crazy guy, that Josh Shapiro guy. Like, we're talking about the principle of the matter, and he's like, no, it's about him being a 32-time felon. It's like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
100%. 100%.
So, again, here we are. We'll see if Democrats are going to play ball here on Friday or not. We'll see what happens. But this is the Twins with Owasso Live. This was the Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. But that is all we've got for you today. God bless you.
We'll see you on the next one. See you later, everybody.
Take away our food. We need to take back what's ours. Let's go. They wanted us hungry. They forgot who we are.
Shaniqua's Loot in theaters this spring.
Since they finna take away our food, we need to take back what's ours. Let's go. They wanted us hungry. They forgot who we are.
Shaniqua's Loot in theaters this spring.